I've been looking. Hi there, this is Lee McQueen. I've been looking at a publication online called the Mint Press News and some other publications, and I'm really pleased to see that a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters are focusing their time, their money, and their energy on Jill Stein, who is a near mirror for Bernie Sanders' progressive platform. They are just approximately 90% aligned. And so now that Bernie Sanders has endorsed Hillary Clinton, quite of and made supporting Hillary Clinton his announced priority, quite a few progressives have turned their attention to Jill Stein. And I'm pleased about that because I don't believe that Jill Stein has gotten sufficient coverage by mainstream media. Social media has been picking up the slack, and I hope that I have been too. And hopefully other progressives will too. The word is getting out about Jill Stein. People are going to her website, her social media pages like Facebook and Twitter, and they're very energized. They've become energized as a direct result of Bernie Sanders' primary campaign. His focus on issues that benefit the majority of the ordinary citizens of the United States. And Jill Stein has been kind of under the radar during the course of the Democrat primary. But since the primary has technically ended with Bernie Sanders' endorsement and with his support of Hillary Clinton, Jill Stein has emerged. She's been speaking out with a loud voice on progressive issues. She's picked up the baton of Bernie Sanders and she's running with it. And actually, people are running to her, running to the Green campaign. I think it's terrific. According to this article in the Mint Press, the Green Party has received 100% surge in donations in the 24 hours after Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary Clinton for president. And she says that donations have increased tenfold in over 24 hours. There's been an explosion of interest, that they have received over $80,000 in donations just since this past Tuesday. And over half of those donations came from first-time donors to the Green campaign. And specifically, about 615 of those contributions totaled exactly $27. And so that's how they figured out that quite a few of the new interest and financial support for the Jill Stein for President campaign has come directly from Bernie Sanders supporters. And so her social media has exploded, her Twitter has exploded, they're blowing up Jill's spot. And that's just terrific. Jill Stein was pretty disappointed by Bernie Sanders endorsing Hillary Clinton. He had his own reasons for doing that. But as a result of that, quite a few progressives have looked to Jill Stein for leadership. So again, Jill Stein is saying, hey, why not support the greater good rather than the lesser evil? And people have agreed with her on that. They've looked at her live stream video that she released on Facebook, and I believe it's been viewed over 300,000. I'm sure the number is greater than that now. But people are ready for a new direction in politics. And so Jill Stein's even gone up to Vermont to speak with Bernie Sanders supporters, to Bernie's home state. And it looks like Vermont has not yet turned green yet, but hopefully they will. If there's a ballot access campaign ongoing in Vermont, hopefully that's on the agenda as well. She's getting millennial support. She says that they're leading the way. which is a contrast to how Hillary Clinton has treated millennial voters. But anyway, so she's also been going up to Vermont. There's an article by Blasting News. Bernie supporters flock in droves to Green Party's Jill Stein. That's the title of that article, and I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, it just confirms that what we know has been happening. Um, but anyway, it's great for Jill Stein. It's great for Bernie Sanders supporters. It's great for progressives and progressive issues. And I'm just hoping that more people continue to find out about Jill Stein and support her efforts to become president of the United States. And then also Green's down ballot, because in the previous video I actually put in a link to a database of Green candidates, and it looks like, I didn't count them, but it looked to me over 100. Maybe I should count them, I'm guessing, but it looked like a lot, we'll just say that, of Greens on the ballot with Jill Stein. So hopefully more states will turn green. They'll continue to get donations. And in terms of the donations, Jill has said that the matching funds, they're being matched by the Federal Elections Commission. So all the way up until July 31st, the Federal Elections Commission will be matching those funds that Jill Stein receives. So if you send her $27, the Federal Elections Commission will convert that to $54. So they're doubling her money all the way up until July 31st. And then after that, it won't be doubled. It'll just be a regular donation. So the more that you can send to the Green Party before July 31st, the more that increases, double. That's wonderful. So she's running a clean money campaign. She does not take money from Wall Street or fossil fuel companies or super PACs or any corporate money. Just like Bernie Sanders, Jill Stein and the Green Party, they're running a clean campaign. And so they're just taking straight money, no crooked money, no slick money. And that way they're not beholden to Wall Street. And so the CNN has put Jill Stein at over 7% nationally. She's at 8% with younger voters and 10% with Latino voters and people of color. They're finding Jill Stein. She's getting momentum. She's getting buzz. They're sending her $27 donations. And they have a little campaign of Join Jill in July. And so, again, they're trying to get those donations in before July 31st. And so, the funny thing is, the more social media has spread the message about Jill Stein, the less sites like Google have indexed Jill Stein. There's like a shrinking of news about Jill Stein. And Google has been called out before about the way they handle the objectivity in presenting their news about the presidential candidate. And now there's kind of concern that they may be throttling news about Jill Stein. And so if we just, go around, we've done it with Bernie Sanders. I think we can do it with Jill Stein, just kind of do an end run around mainstream media and make sure people know that there is a candidate out there, a fantastic candidate who believes in the 99%, who believes in getting money out of politics, who believes in clean energy and renewable energy resources, putting people back to work with a Green New Deal, abolishing student debt, putting it into fracking, and into police violence and mass incarceration. That's Jill Stein. That's the Greens. And so it can be done. We've done it with Bernie Sanders. We can do it again with Jill Stein. The great thing is, um, Bernie Sanders showed us the way. He provided a blueprint of what we could do. He empowered people. He empowered progressives. He legitimized the progressive platform. It's no longer a fringe movement. Bernie Sanders proved that a majority of North Americans actually believe in a progressive ideal. And so it can be done, I believe. We don't have to accept what we're given. We can fight for what we want. And so I hope more people go to Jill Stein's website and the Green Party website and learn more about what's possible.